My beautiful people, welcome back to another video. It is a very gloomy early November morning. I just made myself a little peppermint and chamomile tea, and we need to sit down and have a super good long chat. I'm so excited to be getting into this series. Obviously you read the title, you know what this video is about. This is the intro to my winter glow series, which is going to be all about getting intentional on our goals and taking the last 50 days to become unrecognizable. When I had the idea to do this, when I had the first little conception, I'm someone that like works super hard on something for a kind of shorter period of time. I get super micro analytical and just like hone in on an idea and then like slowly continue to work on it as time goes on. But when I had this idea, I got so excited about it. I've been working on it for like a month to really fine-tune and get into what I want this challenge to be, because if you basically are on Instagram or TikTok at all for the last 2 years around this time, you'll know and see so much about the winter arc challenge, having a winter arc, or locking in for the last 90 days of the year. And it has filled probably your feeds as well as it's filled my feeds. And I don't know about you, but I love a good challenge, but at the same time, I'm just an anxious girly, and challenges like that and videos like that, while they can be motivational, inspirational, sometimes they are a little anxiety driving and are just a little bit too harsh and unsustainable. Challenges like 75 hard or a quick 30-day challenge where you really hone in on something for a short period of time that are not necessarily fine-tuned to your goals and are not necessarily sustainable for you in your life as well. You may complete that challenge and then go back to your old habits and old ways. I really wanted something that gets us back into thinking about what we wanted to complete for 2025, but also gets us thinking about the new year, who we want to be, what we want to do, and all that good stuff, but also do it in a sustainable and realistic way to be able to have a challenge that is not only tuned to you and your goals, but is something that you can continue to do and is going to help you really achieve and attain those longer term habits and the discipline you need to really become and be the person that you want to be. I do want to chat a little bit about why I personally decided to make up this, I don't even really want to call it a challenge because it is a challenge, but also it's not really, but like this winter glow series, why I'm personally doing it, why I sat down and wanted to create it, not only for myself, but for you guys as well. I have just been craving change. I feel like I've really been stagnant in my goals, stagnant in my self-development. Not that I'm on a trajectory that I am not happy about. Like I just feel the need for some growth and change. I feel like I've been comfortable and I want to challenge myself, push myself a little bit to get really clear on who I am, what I want, and finish off 2025 strong, but also like just prep and get ready to level up to be that better next version of myself for 2026 and all that's to come. Obviously, I'm recently married. There's been a lot of life changes and things that have happened in 2025 that I've kind of put myself almost on pause. Not that I haven't been going to the gym and I haven't been working out and I haven't been doing XYZ. I just haven't been tracking it, or B, like just like super disciplined on it. I've done what has felt comfortable and happy to myself, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I do think that we need seasons of just living life and not tracking things so minutely and being so hard on ourselves. I do think we need softer seasons of life where we just live and aren't too concerned about goals and hitting every single habit or maybe eating the super healthiest. But if you are in a season where kind of somewhere in between where you want to get a little bit more discipline and you want to maybe have like a winter arc, do a winter challenge and become that next unrecognizable version of yourself, but do it in a little bit of a more feminine, a little bit of a softer and more intentional way that is going to create long-term sustainable habits and level up into that version of yourself that is actually going to be sustainable and who you want to be long-term. This is for you, this is for me. We are doing it together because that is truly what I want. I feel like in the past I was so focused on quick change and just like, this is what I want to do and I'm going to get it done and do it quick, and it was never a long-term lasting habit necessarily. There were some things that stuck around, or maybe that just like in general I was pretty good about, but long-term was not a habit or something that I kept. It was true to the person that I want to be. So that's a big reason why I created this Winter Glow Challenge, is so that you can become that unrecognizable, leveled up version of yourself, but do it in an intentional, softer, more feminine way that also does not drive your anxiety or feel like there's someone over your shoulder forcing you to do every single thing. Because sometimes challenges can feel like that. So grab your iPad, grab your phone, grab a notes app, grab a pen, a piece of paper, whatever it may be. We are getting into what this challenge is going to be and all be about. To start off, this is going to be a 50-day, I'm gonna call it challenge, a 50-day series / 7 weeks. 50 days is just one day more than 7 weeks. And the way that I've timed this, if you are gonna follow along and do it with me, we are starting on November the 12th and then ending on December 31st. That's 50 days. It is exactly until 2026. So 50 days until the new year. And we are going to level up and be unrecognizable by then. Do it in a way that feels livable and attainable and customizable to you. I find that too much of wellness is this constant need for optimization and ever adding to your routine, which can just feel very anxiety driving and inducing, and that's not what we want. So for myself, I've picked out 6 daily habits and tasks that I want to complete every single day for the 50 days, as well as broken each week down into a different focus and topic of areas of life, whether it's fitness, mental, relationships like friends, family, partners, whatever, financial, career and work. Everything is kind of broken down into a different topic and focus for each week. The daily habits / goals that I'm going to be focusing on are waking up by 7 a.m. For me, that's something that feels early enough, realistic, and attainable. I don't want to push myself to say 6 a.m. every single day because, to be honest, I find that I need that little bit of extra sleep, especially when already 4 to 5 days of the week I am already getting up at 6:15. It for me would be sustainable to have 1 to 3 days of the week where I'm waking up at 7 a.m. Whether you pick the same time or you pick a time that is realistic, sustainable, but also pushing yourself to be that little bit better version of yourself. I also want to do 45 minutes of movement, something I'm pretty good about. For me, it's something that's attainable. It's not crazy out there, like 2 workouts a day, like 75 hard, or 10,000 steps as we get into the really cold winter months. It's something that I know I'm going to be able to achieve, whether it's that I'm teaching 1 to 2 45-minute classes, or I'm doing a 45-minute workout lifting session for myself, or I'm just taking Pluto, my dog, for a walk. I take him for at least one hour walk a day, so I know I'm getting in some sort of movement there. But minimum 45 minutes of movement daily, that's something that I want to continue to strive for, and I know is going to be attainable for myself. I also want to drink 2 liters of water. This is something that I know I need to work on, so this one's going to be a little bit of a push on myself, but 2 liters of water, we all know the benefits of hydrating, drinking water, and making sure that your body is hydrated. I feel like I don't need to go over it, but something I do need to work on. I want to journal every single day. This is a habit that I have done on and off for the last like 5 years, and it's something that I have not at all been consistent with in 2025. So yeah, that one is a push for myself. And read 10 pages. I am pretty good about reading most days, but some days I'm just exhausted. I feel like I want to start making it more of a habit, whether I'm reading in the morning or the evening. 10 pages. The last one for myself is going to be 1 hour of working on a passion. So whether that's a hobby, whether that's one of my businesses, but something that I'm passionate about, dedicating an hour every single day to working on that passion. Now, if you've been around my channel for a while, or you know me and my Instagram, my everything, anything at all, you'll realize that this challenge sounds a little bit similar to 45 shift, but it's a little bit different. So I've taken some of the 45 shift principles, which was my 45 days to like completely change your habits in your life challenge that I did. I want to say it was 3 years ago now. I think it was 2022. I think it was 2022. But I've taken some of those and then reworked it just a little bit to be a little bit more sustainable and attainable. Again, movement goal, 45 minutes every day. My theme is move with devotion, not discipline. It's just daily movement that's flexible and consistent. So whether that's Pilates, whether that's lifting, whether that's walking, just 45 minutes of movement, getting my body some movement every single day. It's intentional and it's not perfection. So it's not going for a hour heavy lift session 6 days of the week. Like, I just want to move every single day. Now getting into a little bit more of the nitty gritty. Again, 50 days, 7 weeks. Each week is going to have a different theme, a different focus. It's going to have tasks as well as a nutrition, mindset, mini ritual to focus on. And then at the end of the week, I've kind of given myself the transformation of each week and the outline there. So week 1 is all about detox and clarity. The theme is make space to become. Now I am going to be filming this whole thing and going through it week by week. So we're going through just a little mini breakdown right now. And then as the weeks go on, I'll get a little bit deeper into what the tasks and things are for each week. But we're gonna be doing things like defining likes, interests, dislikes, bad habits, good habits, being just brutally honest with ourselves in week 1 so that we can have a basically personal blueprint to that ideal version of ourselves and that person that we want to be, you know? So that's kind of all about week 1. Week 2 is nourish and strengthen. The theme is feeding your power. So it's rebuilding energy, refueling your system, your nutrition, focusing on rest. So we can go throughout the rest of this series being intentional and just knowing how to focus our alignment. Week 3 is radiance and self-care. The theme is glow from within. So we're focusing on skin, body hydration, beauty rituals, going kind of through our products if that's something that you'd be interested in like getting rid of things that are a little bit more toxic to our skin and our health. That's something I'm going to be focusing on for week 3. Week 4 is all about discipline and alignment. Our theme is aligned, not just busy. We're working on building consistency, going through our routines and habits with a little bit more of a nitty-gritty lens and redefining them from there, getting simple and then slowly building and adding. Week 5 is all about magnetism and expression. Our theme is becoming magnetic. We're working on our self-expression, our confidence, our overall feminine energy. So things like going through our closet, getting rid of pieces that don't align with the way that we want to dress. Things like reimagining our style and just like overall reflecting our energy to be that person that we want to be. Week 6 is all about expansion and energy. So our theme is evolving beyond our comfort zone. Our focus is on overall expanding our energy. Designing an environment so that it elevates and reflects you. Our environment plays into such a big way of how we go about our day-to-day. So we'll be going through some little things of how to elevate and make your environment reflect your energy. And week 7, it's Christmas week, but also New Year's week. So this one is a little bit less harsh. Obviously, a lot of us will be having time with friends and family. We might not be on as much of our routines and habits. So this one is a little bit more of a softer week. Our focus is on just sustaining what we've already created and ingrained. Tasks are going to be similar to that of a typical New Year's reset. So think about vision boarding, mood boarding, all of that physical prep, deep cleaning, decluttering. If you've seen my typical New Year's resets, we'll be doing that whole situation as usual, but overall just sustaining the habits and things that we've integrated into our life. So those are a little bit about what the weeks are going to look like. I'm going to have it posted on both Substack as well as a Notion tracker planner. If that's something that you use and would be interested in, it's gonna be down in the description box, but I'll have kind of more of the nitty-gritty ingrained details at those places. I'm really excited to start this week. I feel like it's something, again, that I've been working on and thinking about. It's just been in my brain for so long. To put it into practice and actuality is going to be a lot of fun for me. I feel like I thrive on a good challenge, but something, again, that is sustainable and is going to be customized to me or to yourself. I'm really excited, and I feel like the first thing that I need to do, actually, before we even start this, and I know we're going to talk about it in week 1 about like creating that ideal version of yourself, but for me, you guys know I got my hair done a few weeks ago. It has already gone orange again. So your girl needs to dye her hair first. I feel like to even be in that right mindset, for me, feeling my best, looking my best is something that I need. So your girl needs to fix this orange hair. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna get a box of dye. We're also gonna have a cozy evening in, gonna cook a good meal tonight and just like get ready, kind of a week of prep before the first week of this challenge actually starts. So let's go out and do that. I usually go for some of the Clairol colors and they're on sale, so we love that. I feel like this is what's looking right. I'm trying to decide between these two right now. One is a dark burgundy and then the other is deep burgundy, and to me they look the same. I don't really care as long as it makes my hair not orange anymore. But the question is, how dark do I want to go? Because honestly I feel like this is kind of more what I'm looking for, and it's gonna fade anyways, so might as well go darker and it'll eventually fade lighter. So I think that this for RV is what we're gonna go for. We're back home. The hair color has been secured. I decided to go with the Clairol Natural Instincts in 4RV because it looked like a little bit darker, and I know it's gonna wash out and fade anyways because it's a zero ammonia one, which is just what I typically go for because I like kind of the semi-permanent idea that like I can redo it if I like it or it'll wash out if I don't. So this is what we went with. It's like a dark burgundy. The ends have just gone so orange, but I am gonna make dinner first, which this is a recipe I haven't made in a while and I wanted to share it and like still make this kind of like a vloggy style video, even though we did like a full big chat about everything obviously. But I'm making my spicy salmon bowl. This is a meal that I used to love and I don't remember the last time I made it. Like I want to say it was sometime maybe in the summer. It's been a while though, but I have everything that I need. So I'm gonna make that for dinner before we get to doing my hair. Why I feel the need to do a mini glow up before my glow up series, I don't know. That's just the chaotic energy in me, and my energy has been a little bit too chaotic recently to say the least, and I feel like I just need a like single toned hair color, and I'm tired of this orange, and I feel like I just need a fresh slate before I start my fresh slate. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. But anywho, the time change was this weekend, so hence why it is so dark already. I love it, but I hate it. Like I'm glad that when I wake up at 7 a.m. it's not pitch black, but I hate that it's pitch black at 5:30. So anyways, let's get cooking, let's make dinner and get cozy and set in for the evening. We have one of my literal favorite dinners on earth, a spicy salmon bowl. We've got brown rice, edamame. I typically do spinach, but we went for arugula because that's what I have in my fridge. Some cucumber. Typically I'll add some avocado as well, but I already had a whole avocado today, so I'm not craving the avocado. And then for the sauce, it's just soy sauce, some spicy mayo, some hot sauce and garlic, and then we have, of course, our crispy pan-fried salmon. Absolutely delish. Yeah, it's so good. No words. This is it. I'm not gonna lie, the last time I box colored my hair was actually this time last year, towards the beginning of November, I feel like. So, but I obviously did have my hair professionally colored, and like it's not as light as it was when I first got it done, but it has gone kind of orangey again, and it just needs a freshen up, as well as my roots are growing in very dark brown. So we just need a little touch up overall. I'm not gonna lie, this is all actually very good timing because Alan and I are actually going on a quick little vacation and trip back to the Bahamas coming up in the next couple of days. And then when we get back, I'll have 2 days to reset, and then this Winter Glow Challenge actually starts on November 12th. So, you know what? It works out really, really well that I get like a last kick, that I get to have like a little bit of a holiday before kind of locking in obviously a softer, more intentional way. So I'm excited. And then also obviously freshly colored hair works really well with that. So I hope I end up liking this color. If I do, I will probably use it again because I do want to stay a redhead for like a little bit. It's been fun and I like it, but my roots just grow in so quickly and they're so clearly dark brown in comparison to the red that I had my hair colored. So it's nice too that this is ammonia free and it was fairly cheap. So I just hope that it turns out well. I fear I may have gone a little bit too dark, but also like it looks way more red on camera, but final result, I think I'm happy with it. I'll have to see tomorrow morning in like natural light, because right now in the mirror it just looks very, very dark red. Like it's clearly red and like I feel like I did a good job, but it is very dark. However, it does feel healthier now that I colored it darker again. Anyways, gonna end off this video here. Me and my, yet again, dark hair are calling it a night. I will see you guys in my next video. The first episode of the Winter Glow series is not going to start for another week. I am going to have my holiday reset and November reset go live before then, so stay tuned. But I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!